This is actually my 4th or 5th video on the monolith, and I had promised on my last video that I would never speak of it again. But then I got an instant message on Facebook. The message stated that not only did this person know why the monolith was built, but also who had built it. And that in fact my theory that I've said in previous videos was actually pretty accurate. After chatting on Messenger for a couple of hours, I asked him to send me an email summarising what we talked about. This is that email. Can I start by confirming that you have agreed you will not release my name? As we discussed, I am married with children, and this all seems to be really crazy at the moment. I don't need the attention. So, regarding the Utah monolith, we called it the Gateway. I can tell you that your theory is actually pretty accurate. It was built by an older male called Michael. I only knew his through a mutual friend, and I do know his second name, but prefer not to share it. He lived in the area at the time in Moab. Not sure if he still does or not. He was a member of MUFAN, as was I, and the others that met at the site. In summer 2016, I was there when around 12 of met at the site. Michael had built the monolith, and a few of them had erected it a few months before. Sorry, I'm not sure exactly when. He built it as an experiment. Stephen Greer's work on psychic communication with aliens, Contact of the Fifth Kind, was just becoming popular in the community, and it was felt that a structure like this might act like a psychic lightning rod, Michael's words. If nothing else, it was felt it might help focus the energy. I personally only went to the site once, and I don't have video or photographic evidence, but I know others were taking video, so I'm sure at some point that evidence will come out. You asked me about the Romania and California monoliths. I don't know anything about them, sorry, and I assumed they were pranks, copycats, but I do know people talked about building other structures like the Moonlight using different materials as experiments. I know for certain Michael was looking at copper one until someone pointed out that that would be an actual lightning rod, and the area idea was scrapped. Like I said, what we chatted, I liked your videos and thought you'd really enjoy knowing that you were pretty close in your theory. Thanks. Now, as I said to the lad that sent me this, my assumption is that this is probably not true, but I did have access to his Facebook page. I can confirm that he is from the area. I can also confirm that from the groups he's on, that he does have an interest in UFOs. I of course had to ask, did the experiment work? Did you make contact with ET? His answer was, sadly, no. So no, this doesn't really help us in solving the mystery of the Romanian or the California monoliths that appeared and disappeared so quickly in the last week, but it does shed some light, if genuine, on the Utah monolith, that we know had been there for at least 5 years, so his timeline tends to suggest maybe it's accurate. And my theory that this object may have been built as some sort of psychic lightning rod, as he says in the email, seemed logical to me, and this just reinforces that. It does seem unlikely that he would send this email if it was just a hoax. I would have thought he would say something more fantastical if that was the case. After chatting with him for 2 or 3 hours yesterday and again this morning, I have to say I am tending to believe him, or I wouldn't have put it on the channel. So what does that really mean? Well, it means that the Utah monolith mystery might actually be solved. 2020 did give us one more mystery though, and you've got to tip your hat to it. It's been one hell of a year, but maybe time to move on to the next thing. And if you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, really helps us out.